Hello and welcome all you Pisceans out there. Welcome for the last horoscope of the month for December 2013. What is going on for you Pisces? Well, no eclipses, but still a lot of special things going on that are starting off in December. And I think for the celebrations or people who do celebrate Christmas and New Year's Eve, it's gonna be quite high energy. But for the Pisceans, I think it's going to be a good month. It's going to be a relatively, of course these are general horoscopes, but I think it's going to be a nice month because there's such an emphasis on a very nice house, which I will talk about in a minute. It's actually I can start with that. It's the 11th house. I think the 11th house is one of the best houses because it's a house of hope. It's a house of the future, of what do you want next year? What do you want for the future? What are your plans for the future? And isn't that fitting in very well with the time of the year now? So what is something very special is that Venus normally is transiting every month another sign, and now it's going to be there I think up until April of 2014. So it is in Capricorn and it will be there until April. Now for you it's in a very nice house, Venus. It's in the 11th house. Having Venus in the 11th house, I have that in my natal chart, and actually it makes one that can enjoy very much of social gatherings, of being together with like-minded people, having a laugh, and you know, it's in Capricorn, so probably serious friends. And so it's not only the house of friends and you know, being friendly with friends, but it's also that house that can give you a bit of luck when you have the positive attitude towards the future. And this is what this month for you Pisceans is all about, because Venus is going to be there for quite a while, and it's going to make sure that you try to have good aspirations for the future that are very much aligned with you. And Venus sextiles with Pisces, so it's certainly not a bad thing. Now the other thing that is quite special is that Mars, the planet of action, is transiting for a very long time in Libra, and that is your 8th house. So it's going to be there for like 8 months. Now for other signs who are quite fiery, I would say that will be a bit of a heavy time, but Pisces is a water sign and the 8th house is a water house, so Pisceans are quite good with those deeper houses, and they are in tune with that. So having Mars there transiting for quite a while in that 8th house, you can benefit a lot, because what is the 8th house? First of all, it's the money of other people, and it can be a tax revenue that you get, and I hope you will. Or it can be the income of your loved one is going to increase for a reason. Or it can be that you spend a bit more time in understanding the taboos in your life, in understanding the fears in your life, and you want to battle them, you know, with that Mars in Libra. But you're going to do it in a fine way, so not really, because it's in Libra. It's an Aries sign, so you're probably going to analyze and to think about a way to improve and to make yourself stronger, and to improve your self-worth, because Mars is the ruler of your 2nd house, which is your self-worth. Can be your money as well, but I think a lot of Pisceans are going to work very hard to get a bit more confidence, and therefore getting more confidence of other people and being a bit open to that. So people who have like maybe trust issues or anything, it's a time now to battle that and to try to understand and work very hard on a deep level why that is. So that's really energy in secrecy, you could almost say. So it's very nice for the Pisceans that they have that Venus in the 11th house, which is very extrovert, you could say. For those of you who are extroverted Pisceans, they will love it. And for those who are very introvert, they will love it to have some work done behind the scenes, that 8th house, that very deep inner work. Maybe also on being a bit more interested in the dark sides of life. That is also that 8th house. So, and that will go on for a long time. That will go on for months and months. So, what else? Mercury is going very fast, so it's going 3 signs. And for the longest time it's going to be a Sagittarius and in Capricorn. And so that is good, that your thoughts will be work, and again that 11th house of having fun with others. And also, but not only having fun, it's also the house, the 11th house of connections, of connecting. So maybe working on the internet. And as you have a very nice trine between Jupiter and Saturn as well in communication houses this month. What does it mean? So Jupiter in a trine with Saturn is really lovely. So Saturn is in Scorpio and Jupiter is in Cancer. It's trining, and it's really, really nice because you are a Pisces, so it's really a very nice energy flow. And Saturn is in your 9th house and Jupiter in your 5th, which can mean that there is there is lightness again, but also in depth communication, perhaps with people from abroad, or you are studying something in depth because Saturn in the 9th house. Maybe you are studying something, or maybe you are restructuring your belief system. And because of that, maybe you're going to do something that you really like to do, maybe a hobby or something, because Jupiter is there in your 5th house, or you're going to do something creative with what you have studied. So these are really nice houses to combine. The 5th, which is the house of self-expression, the house of children, the house, maybe you're going to teach to children, the 9th house and the 5th house with Jupiter there. Or maybe you're just going to spend a lot of time thinking about the bigger picture, but applying it in a very light and hard way with that Jupiter in the 5th house. Anyway, that's there for especially the 2nd week of December. Now, is there also something difficult going on? Because this all sounds very fantastic, doesn't it? And yes, there's something difficult going on, but I don't think for Pisces it will be all that difficult. Why is that? There's the Pluto-Uranus square again, and so Pluto is in Capricorn, and Uranus is in Aries. And for you, that's the 11th house, that very fun house, where there's a lot happening on a very deep level as well. So a lot of friends have passed, and new friends have come in, and which shows that you have changed as well. And then Uranus is in that 2nd house of your self-worth. So these houses are going to get activated around Christmas time and around New Year's Eve. So because on Christmas Eve, Mars and the Moon are conjuncting in Libra, and that is your 8th house, and they are conjuncting in that 8th house. So maybe there is going to you're gonna get some money from other people. That will be nice. I wish that was true for you. But on the other hand, you can gain a little bit more self-worth than usual from other people, and it comes out of the blue. You don't even know it, and because it really is shaking up those Pluto-Uranus planets. and triggering those houses and especially that house of aspirations. I think you Pisceans are really going to change a lot next year in 2014. Probably saying I've changed already so much, but I think it's just the beginning. Now, another thing on New Year's Eve, it's going to be a new moon in that 11th house. So on New Year's Eve, there is a new moon, so a new beginning. The sun and the moon conjunct in Capricorn, very close to Pluto, and it's in that 11th house. So I think you are going to have aspirations that really you didn't know that you had them, and it's going to make a very new path for next year. So because Venus is, as I said, going to be a long time in that 11th house. So don't think that you all know now what the future is going to present you, because you are going to see that around the end of the year, that there's going to be a lot of new starts and new fresh beginnings, and that is a good sign for every sign actually, but in particularly for you, because it's in the house of all the good new aspirations. So, having said all this, I wish you all the best for December, and I know that a lot of people who don't celebrate it, these holidays, are people who have lost someone, and it can be tough days around this period, or for someone who just had a divorce. Just think about this one thing: it's going to be such a heavy energy that other people might really have a lot of conflict as well going on with relatives. But that's in general, that's not for you Pisceans, because it's not really activating those houses. Again, I hope you have a very good month of December. If you want to have, I have a special reading that I do. It's a Chiron report actually, and well, not really a report, I do it in audio recording or with Skype, but check it out, it's quite interesting. Maybe you want a reading, check it out as well. Wishing you all the good and all the best for 2014 as well. Bye bye.